Hello, everybody, and welcome in to tonight's broadcast for this game between the Gem City Bison and the Nebraska Prospects. The Prospects will lead off here in the top of the first with Jaden Adams, Colin Lynham, and Nolan Brown. First pitch going to come across for ball number one. 1 ball, no strikes. Getting the start on the mound today is Dylan Chalmers, a new guy for this Bison team. Second pitch also going to come across for ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Here for Adams, native of Waverly, Nebraska. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That'll be swung on, chopped up the middle. Panton grabs it, throws it over to Pezzanella at first. A nice stretch for out number 1. Excellent play from Panton over to Pezzanella on first to get the first out of this inning. Still tied 0-0 here in the top of the first, as that brings up number 17, the right fielder Colin Lynham. Lynham steps in from Springfield, Nebraska. Here's the pitch. It's going to be swung on, almost same place, just a little bit more to the right. Panton scoops that up and over to Pezzanella on first for another. 4-3 put out. That'll bring up Nolan Brown, number 7, playing shortstop today for the Prospects, who are in their alternate black jerseys with white and blue trim. The corn on the cob, still in the Husk logo. Is that first pitch going to be in there for strike 1? No balls, 1 strike with 2 outs here in this late starting game. That pitch going to be swung on for strike number 2. Late start because the American Legion is hosting the Dooley Oil Tournament starting today and lasting all the way through Sunday. That pitch will be fouled off. The count will remain the same. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Excellent crowd on hand tonight here for the Bison in their second home series. A pitch going to miss up and out for ball number 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chalmers comes set and deals home. That's going to be swung on, flown into right field. That's going to be brought down for out number 3. A quick 1-2-3 inning for the Bison as we head to the bottom of the first here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. Still tied 0-0. Welcome back here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. Derek Woods steps in, go through the lineup for your Gem City Bison. For him, going to be shortstop wearing number 9, Quinn McCafferty. Catcher wearing number 10, Luke Bannister. First baseman wearing number 26, Nico Pezzanella. Third baseman wearing number 21, Keegan Schultz. Designated hitter wearing number 39, Randy Stoltz. His first pitch going to be chopped to second, picked up by Adams and over to Gomes for the first out. Only one pitch. And another 4-3 putout here in this game. Going back to the lineup, right fielder wearing number 7, Tyler Godfrey. Left fielder wearing number 16, Justin Williamson. Second baseman wearing number 6, Justice Panton. And the starter on the bump for the Prospects, number 8, Jackson Kendall. That first pitch swinging and first pitch out will bring up Quinn McCafferty. That ball will miss near his hands. Second pitch will get in there for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the first, still tied 0-0 between the Bison and the Prospects. The Bison wearing their alternate brown uniforms with gold trim and cream pants. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That'll be swung on, and it'll get picked up by the shortstop. And that throw will be in time for out number 2. Brown gets it over to Gomes. For out number 2, Luke Bannister steps up to bat now for the Bison. Bannister from Hutto, Texas, student at Temple Community College last year. 2 outs, nobody on base for Bannister. Here's the pitch, and that'll be swung on, once again chopped over to Brown at short and on to first to Gomes, and that's going to be the 3rd out. So a 4-3, then 2 6-3s to end the inning. We head to the 2nd inning here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. Still tied 0-0. Welcome back here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. First pitch of this at-bat and half inning will be swung on and fouled off towards the left by Tristan Gomes. Wearing number 13 and playing first base today for the Prospects. Second pitch also fouled off towards the left, this time more directly at the Bison dugout. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Gomes stepping in the left-handed batter's box. Here's the pitch from Chalmers. And that'll miss outside for ball number 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Here in Laramie at Cowboy Field. That pitch will also miss for ball 2. In the top of the first inning, the Prospects were set down in order by 2 groundouts to second, and then a fly ball to right. That pitch going to be in there for a strike 3 looking. That'll be the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Ryan David, playing designated hitter for the Prospects today. David from Omaha, which I do believe is where the Prospects are located, even though they do not have a home schedule. They are a travel-only team. Chalmers steps off of the mound and steps back on. Comes set at the waist and fires home. That's going to miss inside near the shins for ball 1, excuse me. Righty versus righty here as the 1-0 pitch comes across the plate for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Thank you to everybody joining us here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network tonight. I want to thank all of our sponsors. That pitch going to be swung on and missed for strike 2. The count will be 1-2. The 1-2 pitch comes across the plate and fouled off towards the right. Count will remain the same at 1-2. That pitch also fouled off towards the right side. Count will remain the same once again. We want to thank A.D. Martin Lumber, Lariat Realty, LLC, Aspen Family Chiropractic, Grand Avenue Urgent Care, Laramie GM Auto Center, and Drake Jeffries for their contributions to the Gem City Bison. That one's going to be flown out to right field, foul territory. Pezzanella giving chase and getting the out. Out number 2 comes across, and that will bring up Cade Lynham.
Number 18, Jackson Stroop. If Jackson Stroop strikes out at any point tonight, it's 50% off. Half off beer. Everyone looks pretty thirsty.
Looks like Jackson Stroth will be stepping up to bat. First pitch swung on. As another 1-2-3 inning comes across here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. That's slapped over to short, picked up, and sent over to first. That will bring us to the bottom of the second inning here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. Still tied 0-0 here in the bottom of the second. That first pitch going to come across for ball number 1. The 1-0 pitch will be grounded straight to first, picked up by Gomes and touched the bag for out number 1. That'll bring up Keegan Schultz. The Texas Cowboy, he'll step in. One out, as that's going to be lined straight back to the pitcher. Kendall will pick it up and send it over to first for the second out of the inning. That will bring up the designated hitter, Randy Stoltz. Fresh count for Stoltz as he steps in to the batter's box. Two outs, nobody on base for him as that first ball going to come across for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Still tied 0-0 here in the bottom of the second. This bottom of the second inning brought to you by Premier Bone and Joint Centers and Heartland Embroidery, also Bonds Brewing Company. Make sure to head over to Bonds after the game tonight for a great craft beer, the best craft beer in Laramie. 1-1 is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike after that one came across the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's the pitch. Comes across just a little inside for ball 3. Stoltz swings his bat around. He's picked up. He'll step out and take a practice swing. Step back in. As you can probably hear, the wind is picking up a little bit here as the sun goes down. That pitch going to miss up for ball 4, sending Stoltz to first base, the first base runner of this ball game so far. And that will bring up in the 7-hole number 7, Tyler Godfrey. As he steps into the left-handed batter's box. Godfrey, the guy who hit the first Bison bomb in history. We actually had 2 yesterday. One also coming off the bat of Nico Pezzanella. In the doubleheader, that ball gonna come straight back for a foul ball and strike 1. The wind blowing kind of in from right center field. Even though it is a little bit gusty, I wouldn't imagine that would cause any problems for the players. No balls, 1 strike, swung on into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Stoltz will waltz into third as the ball gets back into the infield. So a walk and a single will bring up Justin Williamson, wearing number 16. Two outs with runners on the corners for the Bison. Here in the bottom of the second, still tied 0-0. But Stoltz knocking on the door. Here's the pitch. Swung on hugely by Williamson. A throw down to first from Meyer to Gomes. Will not be in time to get Godfrey out. No balls, 1 strike is the count. 2 outs with runners on first and third. Here's the pitch, and that'll miss up high. Godfrey will be into second, no problem with the stolen bag. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now, after that ball missed, here's the 1-1 pitch from Kendall. He deals, and that's swung on by Williamson. Once again, a huge swing from him to move the count to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch with runners on second and third. That one's going to barely miss his face. Excuse me, it didn't miss it. It looks like it got him. They'll award him first as the coaches come out to talk to him, make sure everything's all right. Still standing at home, it's Justin Williamson. And that one hitting him up near the face. It looks like he's all right as he takes his walk to first, and that'll bring up Justice Panton, the second baseman for the Bison. Panton from Phoenix, Arizona. Also from North Carolina A&T. Here's the pitch, and that one will be in there for strike 1. Bases loaded for Panton, 2 outs on the board, with now 1 strike to his name. The 0-1 pitch will miss high and out for ball 1 to even things up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 coming from Kendall. He'll be fouled towards the left for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. After that, Premier Bone and Joint foul ball. The 1-2 swung on and missed by Panton for a strikeout. An overall good inning for the Bison as they put 3 on, but all 3 are stranded. And they have 1 hit in the inning. We head to the 3rd here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. Still tied 0-0 as we come back right after this. Zach Johnson steps in for the Nebraska Prospects here in the third inning. Z looks to do some damage, get the first base runner on base for the Prospects. One ball, one strike is the count now. Chalmers deals home, and that'll miss. Inside for ball two. That one will be fouled off towards the backstop. Two balls, two strikes is the count. Chalmers deals. That will miss for ball three. 3 balls, 2 strikes to make the count full here in the top of the third inning. As we near the bottom of the order for the Prospects. Johnson, also from Omaha, Nevada, will take his base as he will go walking down to first and bring up Gage Allen. So Allen will step in for the Prospects. Also from Omaha, and you'll see a trend with a lot of these players. Almost all of them are from Nebraska. That one's going to be hit into right field for a base hit. That'll advance Johnson to second. And Allen will stand in at first. So Jackson Meyer will now come up at the bottom of the order for the Prospects. Steps into the left-handed batter's box. Bit of change of scenery now from Bellevue, Nebraska. Different than Omaha. That one's going to be grounded into right field for another base hit. Runner's going to come around third, play at the plate. Pezzanella's just going to hold it, and a runner will be in to score. 1-0. Nebraska leads it after a walk and 2 doubles. Excuse me, 2 singles. As Johnson will come around from second to score. So that'll bring us back to the top of the order. Number 1, Jaden Adams. First pitch comes across for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. On the season so far, Adams is 2 for 10 with a walk, 5 strikeouts, a stolen base. And he's reached on 1 error. That's going to be hit. Slow bouncer to McCafferty. He'll step on second, and the throw over to first will be in time. A very crafty textbook double play for McCafferty, as that'll leave just 1 runner on base and 2 outs on the board. That first pitch going to be fouled off towards the left. That's going to be flown out into center field. Wood calling for it, comes in and makes the grab. And the Bison will head to the bottom of the third here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. Although 1 run does get across. We'll be back here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network right after this. 1-0, the Nebraska Prospects lead it over the Gem City Bison here in now the bottom of the third inning. Game number 3, day number 2 of this series, as we had a doubleheader yesterday in which the Bison and Prospects split. First pitch going to come across for strike one, although it will be, of course, a memorable day as we had our first 2 Bison bombs go out of the park and fittingly at home. Wood's going to hit that into right field for a base hit. Derek Wood, an excellent center fielder, but about the same, maybe even better of a hitter. And that will bring up Quinn McCafferty. McCafferty last night went 3 for 3 with 4 runs, 1 RBI, and 1 walk in the first game. 1 for 3, 1 run, and 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts in the second. So Wood will stand in on first. Here's the first pitch coming from Kendall. That will miss for ball 1, and the ball almost gets away from Meyer behind the plate. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs, with Wood on first base. In the first inning, McCafferty grounded out to his position, shortstop. That's going to get through into left field for a base hit. Wood will stand at second. 2 back-to-back singles, 1 into right field, 1 into left field, will bring up Luke Bannister, the catcher for the Bison. As he stands in with no outs and a runner on second and third. This third inning brought to you by Arrowhead Candy LLC, Michael Luby, Kevin Evans, and Motive Coffee Company. Bannister stands in with fresh count. Here's the pitch. That'll miss outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. I want to thank all of you for your support of the Gem City Bison, your newest collegiate summer baseball team in Wyoming. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. It's the pitch from Kendall that'll miss up near Bannister's face for the second ball.
Up in.
2 balls, no strikes, no outs. With Wood on second, McCafferty on first. Kendall looks back at second, now looks home, sends it home. That's going to be popped up in foul territory, out of play. That'll hit in the grass patch over on the right side of the stadium. 2 balls, 1 strike. In the first inning, another runner's going to be caught stealing at second as a double steal was put on. Wood will make it to third, but McCafferty will end up being the first casualty in this inning. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count now. In the first inning, Bannister had the second ground out to shortstop in the first inning for out number 3. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Kendall. That'll miss down low. Wood's gonna book it towards home. The play at the plate, not gonna be in time as the ball comes out of Kendall's glove. 1-1 is the score. Gem City and Nebraska are now tied up as the count moves to full for Bannister. Excellent awareness on the base paths for Wood and excellent speed. Coach Grigg out there talking to the home plate umpire. And it looks like they will call something, and the manager for the Prospects will come out and argue what Griggs just argued for. Bannister will head down to first base. My guess is some sort of obstruction call. I'm not really sure what could have happened there. As the coach for the Prospects will head his way back to the dugout, and that will bring up Nico Pezzanella, who now has a runner on first with only one out, tied 1-1 here in the bottom of the third. Here's the first pitch of this at-bat. It will be fouled off towards the left side for strike one. No balls, one strike, one out. Beautiful night here in Laramie, Wyoming at Cowboy Field, home of your Gem City Bison. Kendall asks for the signs again, looks back over at first to Bannister. Kendall now comes set. And deals it home. That pitch will miss out for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. One's all across the board with a runner at first. We're tied 1-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. Off of a passed ball. One count as Pezzanella steps back into the box. Here's the pitch, and that'll miss up high for ball 2. Pezzanella from Sparks, Nevada, from Northern State in South Dakota. Yesterday he was 3 for 7 in both games. There's the pitch. That'll be popped up into left field. Johnson's going to come in and try to get it. It'll fall into foul territory. Two balls, 2 strikes now after that foul ball. Two is the count as Pezzanella steps back into the box. Once again, Bannister at first. Tied 1-1 in the bottom of the third. Excuse me. Kendall looks over at first. Comes set. And now fires the 2-2 as Bannister's gonna steal it. Bobbled ball from Meyer will allow the second steal to come across in this half inning. Well, excuse me, no. The first one, McCafferty got caught stealing, and then Bannister got the stolen base. 3-2 will be the count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the full count pitch from Kendall. Foul backwards. Count will remain the same. Pezzanella in the second inning. Grounded straight to the first baseman, who stepped on the bag for the unassisted putout. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And a runner on second now in scoring position for the Bison. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled again towards the left. The count will still be 3-2. Full count with the runner on second for Pezzanella. Here's the pitch. Swung on and bounced foul into the right side. Over by our graphic designer. If you haven't seen our stuff on our social medias, that is all Joel Johnson, by the way. Excellent graphic designer for this Gem City Bison team. That one's gonna miss up and out for ball 4. That will put Pezzanella on to first. Bannister's still at second, and Keegan Schultz will step up to bat as the coach for the Prospects comes out to the mound to have a little talk with Meyer and Kendall. One out, runners on first and second for the Bison, tied up at 1-1 versus the Prospects. As Schultz will get the box, comfortable, steps out, takes a hack, and steps back in. The first pitch this at-bat comes across, and that's going to be grounded into left field. Bannister's going to come around third, getting the sign from Coach Grigg, a play at the plate. He's going to be safe for the lead. 2-1. The Bison lead it here in the bottom of the third inning. Comes to score all the way from second, as Pezzanello will make it to second, and Schultz to first off that RBI single. One out only in this inning. Runners still on first and second, although albeit different runners now. Kendall looking back at second, fires home. He'll miss just high for ball one. One ball, no strikes is the count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike one. One ball, one strike, one out. Here's the 1-1 coming from Kendall. As soon as he stops looking over to second, the runner's going to go. That's going to be lined into right field, down for a base hit. Pezzanello will come around to score. Play at third. Not going to be in time. The ball will come out. So another run comes across to score for the Bison. 3-1 is the score now, as Schultz will move to third and Stoltz to second. Tyler Godfrey steps in now. For the Bison, 3 runs pushed across in this inning. So that first pitch will hit in there for strike one. No balls, one strike. Runners on second and third, both in scoring position. So the Bison lead at 3-1 already. That's going to be flown into right field foul territory for strike number 2, as Coach Gansra will come out with all of the balls that have gone the Bison's way. Give it to home plate umpire. 0-2 is the count. Godfrey in the left-handed batter's box facing the righty on the mound. Kendall fires in, and a short grounder going to be picked up by Adams, sent to Gomes on first for out number 2. And that sacrifice grounder will once again bring in another run for the Bison. 4-1 is the score in the bottom of the third with 2 outs now. As Stoltz is standing in on third. A single, 2 singles, two walks, and then another 2 singles have put us in this situation. 4-1 is the score. 1-1 is the count after that ball misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs with Stoltz at third. That pitch will get in there on the outside edge for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That will be swung on and missed for strike 3. The second strikeout of the game for Kendall, and that will put an end to the run. We'll be back here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. The Bison have the lead, 4-1. We'll be back for the 4th inning here in just a minute. The Gem City Bison lead it here in the top of the 4th inning. This first pitch going to be swung on and fouled off towards the left for strike 1. All 4 runs pushed across in the bottom of the 3rd to give the Bison this 4-1 lead after tying it 1-1. And now stepping in for the Prospects, Nolan Brown, the shortstop, who already has an 0-1 count, as I said. That second pitch going to be lined into left field. That'll hit down the line. He'll go around first and come in at second as Williamson will pick it up and fire it in, and that's all. The more Brown will advance. So the leadoff double will bring up Tristan Gomes, the first baseman for the Prospects. Once again, the Prospects wearing their alternate black uniforms with brown and white trim. Looking a lot like the Laramie Rangers, who played here earlier today. Will be playing here for the rest of the weekend as they host a tournament. First pitch going to be fouled back for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike with a runner on second. To Brown, who his first at bat up, he flew out to right field. That will be grounded, picked up by Panton. Thrown over to Pezzanella at first for out number 1. Brown will advance to third. So that ground out to second will bring up Ryan David, the designated hitter. First pitch of this at-bat upcoming from Chalmers. That's going to be hit. Nice dive, from Schultz, but he couldn't quite get it done. McCafferty will bobble the ball as the run will come in to score from third to make the score 4-2.
Now batting number 16, Kate Lyman.
Off the error from McCafferty. That will bring up Lynham, who will ground it straight to Pezzanella. He'll drop that one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's try it again. Now batting, the pure batter of the game, number 15, Zach
So
Johnson.
David reaches the second inning. Lynham to first off of 2 back-to-back errors.
For the rest of the inning.
So Lynham getting ready to step into the batter's box as a whole infield meeting will be adjourned by Coach Griggs. One out, runners on first and second. Here is the pitch, comes across, fouled back from the golf swing from Lynham. So 2 errors put the 2 base runners on to first and second. And that pitch will come in for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. As Chalmers deals home. That'll miss down low for ball 1. As Bannister will pick it up and send it back to Chalmers.
It's the pure batter of the game. How about a slow clap, huh?
1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. That will be swung on, picked up by Bannister, and he will throw down to third for the double play. And we will head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Bison lead at 4-2. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. 4-2, the Bison lead it over the Nebraska Prospects. 4 runs off of 5 hits, 2 errors, all happening in that last inning. Well, not all of that, but the errors happening in the last inning. Justice Panton will come across and ground it into left field for the single. That'll bring us back to the top of the lineup. with Derek Wood. The first pitch of this at-bat coming up. That'll miss for ball one. Myers checking down to first. No need to throw back there, so he'll throw it back to Kendall. Wood, the previous times he was up, he grounded out to second base and then got a single as Kendall steps off the mound and checks back to first. No throw was made, and so he'll step back on. In the third inning, Wood made it on to base off of a single and then came all the way around to third and then scored on a passed ball. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs with a Panton on first. Here comes the 2-0 pitch from Kendall. Panton's gonna go, slides into second. He's gonna be safe, no problem. Panton's a speedster on the base paths. So the count will move to 3-0 now to Wood. Here's a 3-0 pitch from Kendall. Dealt home and in there for strike number 1. 3 balls, 1 strike. With the runner at second being represented by Panton. Here's the pitch, and that'll miss out for ball 4. So Wood now has grounded out, singled, and walked in this ball game. Yesterday he had 3 doubles in the first game. That will bring up Quinn McCafferty now with runners on first and second, no outs to the Bison's name. McCafferty from Bighorn, Wyoming. Goes to school at Western Nebraska Community College. He stands into the batter's box with a 4-2 lead and runners on first and second. Kendall looks back to second, now deals home. That'll miss down low for ball 1, as Panton will retreat back to second. McCafferty yesterday was 4 for 6 with 5 runs, 1 RBI, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts in both games of the doubleheader. That's going to be lined into left field, kind of in the infield. Nevertheless, it will have a run come in to score as the runner's going to be caught at second base in a rundown. He's going to run back. He can't quite beat him out. So an out will come of it, but another run comes across to score for the Bison. They lead it 5-2. So that'll bring up Luke Bannister now, the catcher, stepping in the batter's box. 1 out, runner on first, 5-2 lead in the bottom of the 4th inning of this ball game. Here's the pitch, fouled off towards the right for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, with the runner at first for Bannister. Yesterday, Bannister was 3 for 3 with 3 runs as the coach going to come out to talk to his pitcher and catcher. Just a quick little thing as he walks back to the right-hand side dugout. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out As Bannister steps back in, lines up his bat. Kendall comes set. Steps off with the pickoff attempt over to first, not successful. So the count will remain 0-1 with one out and a runner still at first. Bannister comes set. Here's the pitch. Then he'll miss up high for ball one. One ball, one strike, one out. McCafferty takes his lead off of first. Here's the pitch. That one will miss outside for ball two. Previously in this game, Bannister grounded out to shortstop, then walked, stole second, and then came around to score off of a walk and a single. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. That will miss for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. With McCafferty still at first base. The 3-1 will miss up high and out for ball 4. As McCafferty will move to second. And Bannister, as I said, to first. That'll bring up Nico Pezzanella with one of the 2 Bison bombs of the year. As looks like there's going to be a pitching change on the mound. We will tell you more about him when we come back here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. The Bison lead at 5-2 in the bottom of the 4th. Welcome back here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. New pitcher for the Prospects, Trey Mungan. As Bannister will be caught stealing. On that one, nice reaction from Meyer to get out number 2 of this inning. First pitch comes across for strike 1. Second pitch will be ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs to Pezzanella, who's stepping in. That ball will miss for ball 2. Before in this game, in the second inning, he grounded to first base, who got an unassisted put out at first. That ball's going to be fouled off towards the left for strike 2. Pezzanella also walked in the 3rd inning and then came around to score one of the 5 runs that the Bison have on the scoreboard. Here's the 2-2 for Mungan. That will miss. Down low for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now Mungan comes set, deals in, and that's going to be fouled back. Count will stay the same at 3 balls, 2 strikes. The full count pitch coming with the runner on 3rd. That's going to be grounded into right field. Another run's going to come across to score. 6-2 is the score now as McCafferty comes in. That'll bring up Keegan Schultz. As Pezzanella stands in at first. The Texas Cowboys stepping in from the Colony, Texas. And from Nichols State. That pitch going to be flown into center field. Stroth finding it, Lynham finding it and making the catch for out number 3. The Bison lead at 6-2 here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. We'll be back with the top of the 5th inning right after this. First pitch comes across for ball 1. Second pitch on the way from Chalmers. Both going to hit for a ball and a strike. Gage Allen stepping in. Here's the pitch, and that will be strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Allen. Here as the Bison lead at 6-2 in the top of the 5th inning. Allen, the leadoff guy for the Prospects. The pitch going to be lined straight up the middle. Good reaction from Chalmers. Can't quite bring the ball down, so Allen will reach on a single. And that'll bring up Jackson Meyer, number 32 for the Prospects, playing catcher today. He steps in, a straight line out to first base. And that's going to be a very nice textbook double play. Hit straight to Pezzanella. He'll send it to McCafferty on second, who'll send it back to Pezzanella for the 2 outs. Excellent, excellent baseball coming from those two. And that will bring up Jaden Adams, the second baseman, as he steps in for the first pitch. That will miss outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, and nobody on base after the 3-6-3 double play. And that pitch will get in there for strike 1. So far today, Adams has grounded out to second and grounded out to short. Yesterday, he was 2 for 5 as he lines that one into center field. Wood can't quite get to it, so another single will come across for the Prospects in this inning. So now Lynham will step in. 2 outs. And a runner on first. Here's the pitch. And that'll hit in there for strike 1. Throw down to first. Not needed, but it happened. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs with a runner at first. That aforementioned runner at first with Lynham at the plate so far today. Grounded out to second base and then flown out to center. That second pitch also going to be in there for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. One balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 1-2 will bounce a little bit, the throw to first. Not in time to get anybody out. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Two's all across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner at first, and that's going to be swung on and missed for strike 3. A strikeout from Chalmers will send us to the bottom of the 5th. The Bison lead it 6-2 here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. We'll be back right after this. One-0 count now to Randy Stoltz, who's stepping in for your Gem City Bison. They lead it 6-2 over the Nebraska Prospects. 1-1 is the count now. 1 ball, 1 strike to Stoltz, who so far today has walked and singled. That pitch will miss for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs, nobody on. This is the leadoff batter of this half inning. That ball will miss out for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike as he steps in to the box. Pitcher comes set, and that'll be grounded straight up the middle for a base hit. As he's going to stay at second, as you can hear that kid in the crowd directing him to do. And in fact, he does. As Tyler Godfrey will step in. 6-2 is the score. The Bison are leading. That's going to be lined into center field and brought down by Lynham. That'll be Cade Lynham to be exact. I had to check because I do believe that is his brother that is playing in right field, Colin Lynham. That'll bring up Justin Williamson, number 16. First pitch, come across for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Now make that 1 strike after that ball was fouled off towards the right. The 1-1 pitch coming from Mungan. That'll be fouled off towards the left for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out with a runner at first. That runner being Randy Stoltz. Williamson steps in once again, puts the bat over his shoulder. It's going to be swung on, popped up. Just barely going to be out of play. And it'll bounce off back into the concourse. Count will remain the same, 1 ball, 2 strikes. For Williamson, standing in as Coach Gansrow will come and talk to TKA, the home plate umpire. He's going to walk back. It's behind the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes still to count with 1 out. And a runner still on first. One, 2 is the count. That'll miss for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on first. Runner's gonna go, that's gonna be fouled back. Count will stay the same at 2-2, and Stoltz will have to retreat. Two balls, 2 strikes, still the count. Williamson steps in. Mungan deals home. In there for strike 3 looking. For out number 2. Two outs. As the Bison lead at 6-2. As Justice Panton will step up to bat. First pitch will come across for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on first still in Stoltz. Second pitch will also miss for ball number 2. 2-0 the count. With Stoltz still at first, he's going to go. Panton will take, and Stoltz will be out at second. So Panton will come up in the bottom of the 6th inning, but we head to the top here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. The Bison are winning 6-2 over the Prospects. We'll be back right after this. Six to 2, the Bison lead it over the Prospects. Second pitch comes across for strike 1 after the first pitch came across for ball 1 to Nolan Brown. Stepping in, the shortstop today has the 1-1 count towards him. Here's the pitch that's going to be lined into left field. Williamson can't get there in time as that one was a rocket off the barrel. And he'll come in to second base with no problem. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 13, Tristan Gomes. Here in the top of the 6th, first pitch comes across for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs, with a runner on second. The 1-0 pitch will come across for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. One is the count to Gomes, who was struck out and grounded out to second today. It's 0 for 2. As Chalmers will step off. Comes set, looking back at second, deals home. That's a big swing and a miss. for strike 2 to Gomes. Gomes stepping in once again, 1-2 the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and that will be a strikeout. Called by the home plate umpire for out number 1. And that will bring up Ryan David, the designated hitter, with a runner on second with 1 out after the strikeout from Gomes. First pitch coming from Chalmers as he looks back at second, fires home, in for strike 1. Chalmers bringing the heat today. His defense also backing him up as the Prospects have only 2 runs off of 9 hits so far. There's the pitch. That'll be flown out into right field foul territory. Pezzanella chasing it, lays out, and it won't be successful. Excellent effort from Nico Pezzanella over at first, but the count will move to 0-2 off that foul ball. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out with a runner at first. As David steps back into the box. So far today, he's popped out to first base and reached on an error in which he was caught stealing for the 3rd out of the inning off of a 3-6-3 double play. That pitch will miss down low for ball 1. Bannister will come out and make sure the runner doesn't go to third. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here at Cowboy Field in Laramie. Fouled off, almost takes off the head of his third base coach. Count will remain the same, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. David yesterday was 1 for 3 with 2 runs and 4 walks. No strikeouts, as Chalmers looks to do exactly that. It's going to be chopped to Schultz, a nice bounce over to first base, and that's going to be in for out number 2. Sports Center top 10. Better be taking notes here. Excellent play from Schultz. That'll bring up Cade Lynham. 2 outs as Brown advanced to third. Here's the pitch from Chalmers. And that'll miss up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. That pitch will miss once again for ball 2. Is the count. Chalmers deals home. And that'll miss down low for ball 3. So far today, Lynham has grounded out to short and reached on an error. But he was left on base. The 3-0 in there. Picture perfect pitch. That's a tongue twister. Picture perfect pitch from Chalmers. Here's the 3-1, and that'll miss up a little bit high for ball 4. That'll send him walking, put runners on the corners for Zach Johnson. Two outs as Johnson steps in to the right-handed batter's box. Righty versus righty. Here in the top of the 6th inning, the Bison lead at 6-2. 2 outs for the Prospects. As that first pitch will miss narrowly inside for strike 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. So far in this game, Johnson has walked and struck out in the 3rd and 4th inning respectively. That second pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the 1-1 from Chalmers. That'll be lined into center field, bringing 1 run in for the Prospects. Wood giving chase and making sure that Lynham will only make it to second. So Gage Allen will step in the right-handed batter's box. Runner on second and third. That's going to be a direct line out to first base. So that will be the 3rd out, and only 1 run gets pushed across. 6-3 is the score here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. We'll be back right after this. First pitch swinging by Panton, who is up because Stoltz was caught stealing in the previous half inning. That one's going to be flown out to right field. An excellent chase and catch by Colin Lynham over in right for out number 1. So the first out will come across for the Bison, and now it will bring up Derek Wood at the top of the lineup for your Gem City Bison. They lead it 6-3 with 1 out. That one's going to be fouled backwards for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out with nobody on base. Oh, 0-1 is the count. So far today, Wood is grounded out to second, singled, and eventually came around to score. It's that second pitch. Will be ball number 1, and then in the 4th inning, he walked, made it to second, and then got caught stealing for the first out of the inning. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count now for Wood and the Bison with 1 out and nobody on base. That pitch will make it in there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Completely even count for Wood. Here's the 2-2, and that's going to be swung on and missed for a strikeout. 2 outs will bring up Quinn McCafferty, shortstop, wearing number 9. as he takes 2 practice hacks outside the box and steps in. Munging comes set and deals in for strike 1 on the outside edge. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The Bison lead it 6-3 in the top of the 6th. That one will miss for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on base. Quick pitches coming in for ball number 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, and that'll miss up high for ball 3. 3-1 now. McCafferty in a hitter's count, who so far today has grounded out to short and has had 2 singles. So 2 for 3 on the day so far. That one will be grounded, picked up, and lobbed over to first base for out number 3. That'll bring us to the bottom of the 6th inning here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. Gem City 6, Nebraska 3. We'll be back right after this.
Take a look down the third base side.
Six to 3, your Gem City Bison lead it here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As Myers steps into bat, first one going to be fouled off towards the left for strike 1. No runners on base, nobody out. But the Prospects are down to about 3.5 innings, as that one's going to be grounded, picked up by McCafferty. It's going to be fumbled, though, however, that's not going to be McCafferty. That's going to be Schultz, actually. So it will be an E5 to start off
Now batting the leadoff hitter number 1, Jaden Adams.
this half inning. Jaden Adams will step up to bat now, as Bannister will go ahead and come out and talk to his pitcher, Chalmers, who's gone 6 innings so far. Bannister and Chalmers still having a conversation. Bannister walks back towards behind the plate. the crowd's still pretty decent, although it has thinned out as it is a bit of a chilly night here in Laradice. First pitch of this at-bat coming across for strike numero uno. Have you ever heard the joke about Torrington? It's bilingual. 1-1 is the count. That's a little joke for anybody who's actually from Wyoming. 1 ball, 1 strike. Quincy's not too happy with me right now. That one's going to be flown out into right field, and Godfrey making the excellent play. For out number 1.
Now batting number 17, Colin Lynham.
So Colin Lynham will come up to bat now. Myers still at first. That one will come across for strike 1. No balls, 1 out, 1 strike, 1 out. There's the pitch. Popped up into the right side of the infield. Called by Panton and brought down by Panton. For out number 2. That'll bring up Nolan Brown, the shortstop for the Prospects. First pitch of this at-bat coming. 2 outs, runner on first. As that'll come across for strike 1. So far today, Brown is flown out to right field. Doubled and came around to score twice. So 2 doubles for Brown. That'll be lined down the left field line, just barely fair. As Meyer will come into third. As the throw will come all the way to Bannister. Outside home plate. The double for Brown will bring Meyer all the way to third. That'll bring up Gomes, the first baseman, with 2 outs and both runners in scoring position, trailing 3-6 in the bottom of the sixth inning. Time going to be called by pitching coach John Grigg as he comes out to just have a chat with his infield. As you can see, we're having fun up in the press box. The camera's shaking. Two outs as Coach Grigg will go back to the dugout. Two outs. As you might be able to hear center field playing in the background, excellent legendary baseball song. Fresh count now to Gomes. His first pitch gonna be grounded to Pezzanella. He'll pick it up and get it on to first for out number 3. The Bison will protect. 6-3, they keep the lead here over the Nebraska Prospects. We head to the 7th inning here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. Luke Bannister steps up to bat for the Gem City Bison. First pitch going to come across for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strikes. To Bannister as he'll ground it to second and get it over to Gomes on first. For out number 1, Nico Pezzanella will now step up to bat. First pitch will come across for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. So that one will miss for ball 1. 1-1 is the count with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. That one's going to be fired into right field, hit at the warning track. He's going to come around first and get into second for a stand-up double from Pezzanella. That'll bring up the Texas Cowboy, Keegan Schultz. As he cleans up everything, makes sure everything's in tip-top condition. One out for Schultz with the runner at second. Off the double from Pezzanella. First pitch going to come across for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. That's going to be fired into center field, hitting off of the glove of Adams. Pezzanella will get into third, Schultz at first. So we have runners on the corners now for the Bison with only 1 out. And Randy Stultz, the designated hitter, will step up to bat. One out, here's the first pitch. That'll hit the outside edge for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out for Stultz, who's walked and singled twice, but got caught stealing his second time singling. That ball will be fouling off towards the left for strike 2. 2 balls, no balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. As Mungan will come set and fire home. That's going to be lined into left center field. No problem for Pezzanella to make it home. Let's see about Schultz. He'll stay in third, so runners will remain at first and third. The only difference is going to be the runners and the amount of runs that the Bison have. The Bison lead at 7-3 here in the top of the 7th, with Schultz at third and Stultz at first. 2 back-to-back singles as Stultz is going to go in there, no problem. Textbook stolen base from Stultz. So now have runners in scoring position. 1-0 pitch will be lined up the middle and fumbled by Adams. Both runners on the bases are going to come in to score. And that'll bring up in for Tyler Godfrey, Jack Jones. One out. So that first pitch going to come across for ball 1. Bases clearing error. Here's the pitch, and that will be swung on for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike now. That will be grounded to first, on to second, and back on to first. That's going to miss. Jones is going to come around to second.
Now batting number 6, Justice Panton.
So that'll bring up the bottom of the order, Justice Panton. Off the attempted double play. 2 outs with a runner on second now. So that first pitch will come across for ball number 1. Panton so far today has struck out, singled, and lined out to center field. 1-1 the count now, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs with a runner on second. Here's the pitch from Mungan. That'll miss for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and that'll be in there to even things up at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Pick one out.
2's all across the board with 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. Nice take from Panton. And that'll go across for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Here's the full count pitch coming from Mungan. There it is, and that'll be lined into center field. Jones will come around to home. The play at the plate is going to be in time for out number 3. So we will head to the top of the 8th here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. The Bison lead at 7-3 over the Prospects. We'll be back right after this. TJ Provenzano on the mound for your Gem City Bison now, coming in relief of Dylan Chalmers. First pitch, gonna miss down low for ball one. Chalmers going a full 7 innings today, leaving the tail 2 to Provenzano, and if anybody comes in for relief, as that one's fouled back for strike 1, them as well.
That's a premier broken joint foul ball.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and that'll be swung on and missed for strike 2. So far today, David has popped out to first base, reached on an error, and eventually caught stealing and then grounded out to third. Provenzano kicks and deals, and that's going to be strike 3. First at bat and already got a strikeout for the Italian kid, Provenzano. One out as Cade Lynham will step in to bat. Here's the pitch. That'll miss outside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. And that'll be down for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes now to Lynham. Lynham from Springfield, Nebraska. So that one will come across for strike 1. So far today, Lynham has grounded out to shortstop, reached on an error, but then got left on, and then walked and made it to second where he also got stranded. Here's the 2-1 from Provenzano, and that'll miss outside for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch, and that'll miss outside once again for ball 4. That'll put Lynham on first, off the walk, and bring up Zach Johnson, the left fielder, for the Prospects. One out, runner on first. First pitch of this at-bat, going to be swung on and chopped. It'll go foul just before hitting the third base. Schultz making sure it wouldn't have gotten by him anyway. Got to be sure in that situation. 0-1 going to be the count. No balls, 1 strike. With Lynham, Cade Lynham to be exact, still on first. Pickoff attempt over to the aforementioned Cade Lynham. Not successful, so the count will remain 0-1, and the out number will remain at 1. Johnson at the plate. That ball will miss to even things up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The runner at first. Another pickoff attempt over to first, not successful. Provenzano, fluent in the art of the pickoff move. He does it like twice every batter. That's going to be grounded to McCafferty, over to Panton on second, and Pezzanella on first for the 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. They lead it 7-3 over the Prospects. We'll be back right after this. Tico Pereira up to bat for the Gem City Bison. My bad on that one. Apparently he's been in center field for the past 2 innings. He just hasn't gotten in at bat. So first pitch to him in this game will come across for strike 1. So I apologize, Tico, for that misunderstanding. So that pitch will miss for ball 1. Before Wood was replaced, he grounded out to second. He got a single and then came around to score. He got walked and then got caught stealing, and then he struck out in his last at bat, as that ball will miss for ball 2 and go to the backstop. As you can see, Quinn McCafferty going to pick it up at the bottom of your screen right now. 2-1 going to be the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And that will miss outside for ball 3. The 3-1 to Pereira will be swung on for strike 2. (3-2). Gonna miss way outside for ball 4. As he will go walking. That'll bring up Quinn McCafferty. Off the walk. Also, another change on the other side for the Prospects. Ryan David, their designated hitter, coming in to pitch. So that first pitch will come across for ball number 1. If I were guessing, that would be to save arms, as they, just like the Bison, do not have many, but they have less than the Bison, as the pickoff attempt over to first will not be successful. So David just coming in to pitch. No other substitutions needed on that side. The 1-0 going to be fouled back for strike 1 to make the count 1-1.
And a special fan appreciation. All hot dogs and hamburgers are
1-1 is the count with Pereira at first.
Sure.
Here's the pitch, and that will be right in there for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to McCafferty, who is grounded to short, singled twice, and then grounded to the third baseman. Pickoff attempt over to first once again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pereira still at first for the Bison. Here's the 1-2 from David. That'll miss down and out for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes for McCafferty, native of Wyoming. Here's the pitch. That'll be lined into right center field, and that's going to be picked up by Lynham for out number 1. Pereira will retreat back to first base, and that will bring up Luke Bannister. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning, as Bannister steps in. David comes set and deals. That'll miss for ball number 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out and a runner on first. Bannister has grounded out to short. Got walked, then came around to score. Got walked and then got caught stealing. And then finally grounded out to second base, as that one will miss for ball 2. Once again, 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, with Pereira still at first. Here's a 2-1 coming from David. And that will miss for ball 3. "3-1 is the count. There's the pitch. That'll be lined into right center field. Pereira will come around second. And then into third. Play going to be at second. And he's going to be safe. Bannister will come into second off the double. Pereira to third. As Nico Pezzanella will come up to bat. Pezzanella at bat now. First pitch gonna miss for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, with runners on second and third, those being Bannister and Pereira. That's gonna be flown out into right field. Pereira and Bannister are both gonna tag up. So, (10-3) now, as Schultz will step in off that sacrifice fly to right field. First pitch of this at-bat coming. That's going to be grounded, picked up by Brown. It's going to be fumbled. Another run will come in to score.
Now by number 39, Randy Stokes.
Off the single. So Randy Stoltz will step in now. First pitch will be in there for strike 1. Two outs. 11-3 is the score. 0-1 is the count. Stoltz stepping into the batter's box. Pickoff move over to first, not in time. So the count remains the same, 0-1. With 2 outs and Schultz still at first. The pitch will miss out to even things up at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. (1-1). That'll miss way outside. Schultz will practically walk into second. Come around third to see if he can maybe take another bag, but he cannot. 2-1 is the count. Bison lead at 11-3 over the Prospects. Two balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from David. That's going to be flown out into right field and caught by Lynham. He'll drop it, actually, as Schultz will come in to score. I looked down too early. Schultz will come in to score off the RBI double from Stoltz, as Justin Ross will step in now. Here in the bottom of the 8th as a pinch hitter for Tyler Godfrey. That pitch going to be swung on and missed for strike 1. 2 outs with the runner on second now. 12-3 is the score. Gem City up over Nebraska. Second pitch will miss for ball 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch from David. He sends it. That's going to be lined into right center field. Stoltz is going to come around to score another run. 13-3 is the score, and Ross stands in at first, as that'll bring up Jack Jones, who came in the bottom of the 7th for Justin Williamson as a pinch hitter. Two outs, a runner at first. Time called. Now going back into it. Two outs. And a runner on first. Is that pitch going to miss for ball one? 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. 13-3, the Bison lead it by 10. Second pitch comes across for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. It's going to be grounded into right field, although picked up by Adams and sent over to second for the 3rd out. We head to the 9th inning here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. Gem City leads at 13-3 over Nebraska. We'll be back right after this. Number 14, Gage Allen, steps in for your Gem City Bison as we head to the top of the 9th inning. They lead at 13-3 over the Nebraska Prospects. Allen stepping in once again. TJ Provenzano still on the mound, the Italian kid from New Jersey. Had to add that one in there from Quincy. First pitch comes across for ball number 1. 1-0 pitch, going to be golf swung on, picked up by Schultz. Long throw over to Pezzanello on first, and he gets him out. That'll be the first out of this top of the 9th. That will bring up Jackson Meyer of the Prospects. First pitch, going to miss outside for ball 1. So far today, he's singled and got stranded. then grounded into a 3-6-3 double play, and then reached on an error. That's going to be grounded to Panton, on to Pezzanella on first, and that will be out number 2. A 5-3 put out and a 4-3 put out sets up the top of the order. Jaden Adams, the second baseman for the Nebraska Prospects here in the top of the 9th. Last chance for the Prospects. Provenzano deals. That's going to be swung on and missed for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, nobody on base. As the Bison lead it 13-3. Here's the pitch. And that'll miss for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, a huge swing and a miss for strike 2. And the Prospects are down to their final out now. Their final strike, I should say. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on base. Provenzano kicks and fires. That's going to be grounded and almost picked up by him. McCafferty will almost barehand it, get it over to first to Pezzanella, and that will be your ball game. 13-3 is the final score here on the Gem City Bison Digital Network. I'd like to thank everybody for watching and listening here, and the Bison want to thank you for all of your patronage. Once again, 13-3 is the final score. Going to go over all of our beautiful, amazing sponsors, and then we'll let you know what's happening this weekend in our series against North Platte. I want to thank A.D. Martin Lumber, Lariat Realty LLC, Aspen Family Chiropractic, Grand Avenue Urgent Care, Laramie GM Auto Center, Drake Jeffries, Premier Bone and Joint Centers, Heartland Embroidery, Arrowhead Candy LLC, Michael Luby, Kevin Evans, Motive Coffee Company, Chili's, Blue Mountain Bookstore, Quality IV Care, H&R Block, Smith Beverages, Les Schwab Tires, Blodorn Lumber Company, Ivinson Memorial Hospital, Marky's Meat Market, Montez the Mudman, Liggett Transport and Crane, Gardner's Pest Control, Cook & Associates PC, Kia of Cheyenne, Advanced Comfort Solutions, Hilton, Pepsi Wyoming Beverages, Gary Crum, Mr. Jim's Pizza, Papa Murphy's, Laramie Care Center, Nova Health, and of course, Bonds Brewing Company. Make sure to go head over to Bonds Brewery after every Gem City Bison game to have the best craft beer in town. Once again, final score, 13-3. The Gem City Bison take it over the Nebraska Prospects to win the series 2-1 after splitting the doubleheader yesterday. This weekend, the Gem City Bison will be taking the road east over to North Platte, Nebraska for a series against them. And then on Monday, the Western Nebraska Pioneers for a one-off. And then we will return home to take on the Casper Horseheads and the Fremont Moose. So if you haven't already, make sure to go get your tickets at gemcitybison.com, or if you don't want to, you can just show up here, and trust me, we'll take your money. Anyway, from all of us here at the Gem City Bison, I want to thank you all for listening. Once again, final score, 13-3. The Gem City Bison over the Nebraska Prospects. Hope you'll join us on the Gem City Bison Digital Network this weekend. And as always, feel the charge. Good night, everybody.